What's a dead giveaway that someone has low intelligence? Often wrong but never in doubt. They tell you about the time they scored 450 in an online IQ test. No critical thought. I knew a lady who got suspicious of the donkey charity adverts on TV because if they're helping new donkeys, why are they still showing the old ones? Edit. Thank you for the upvotes. I am howling at the comments. You guys are brilliant. Bravo. Clapping hand sign. They think they're always right. Not curious, open to learning. Instead of having a good point in an argument, they call you names and insult you. They don't just not take the time to listen to other opinions, they actively shoot them down. A lot of comments here describing, mean rude asshole low IQ PPL. Some low IQ PPL are extremely kind and have a tough time in society because they get used. Poor spellcasting ability, below average investigation and arcana checks. Telling you how smart they are. The tricky part is that people can be extremely smart in some areas while being completely stupid in other ones. So there is no universal indicator, I believe. If they use Reddit except for me. Lack of curiosity. Not trying to figure something out before they ask for help, no desire to learn. When he tells the NCR that he has a theoretical degree in physics. Zero curiosity about anything. No, I came up with it ever. Have to be right all the time. Edit. Guys, I wrote this at like 2:30 am and I had a handful of people that I know personally in mind when I wrote it. I see your criticisms and your arguments and they're all valid, but just know I wasn't speaking on this in a broad, one-size-fits-all sense, but rather about people I know in my daily life. They can't tell the difference between arguing and engaging in constructive discussion. Also, they get angry when you make them work their brain. Only use one source of news and believe it fully instead of looking across a number of different sources. When they never question the beliefs they grew up with. They never acknowledge when they're wrong. The inability, unwillingness to try understand someone else's point of view, and how their personal experiences contribute to that view. It doesn't mean you have to accept it, or agree with it, just try understand it. Not willing to admit they're wrong. And I know it, because I'm always right. I feel like people who ride motorcycles without wearing at least a helmet have low intelligence. No opinions, they simply absorb others' opinions and way of thinking without context and make it their own. If you ask them why, they'll reply with IDK. They keep talking without listening. They have strong opinions about topics they don't really even understand the basics of. They talk about being an alpha male. ITT, things that plenty of smart people also do. They get angry at seatbelt laws. They are uncurious about the world around them. They yell when you disagree. Always acts like they are right all the time or always quick to treat you as if you are inferior when they are losing an argument. They live in an echo chamber. Smart people don't put their trust in one source. They brag because they're in the first percentile for IQ tests. Not being able to entertain point of views that you don't agree with. Lack of curiosity. Intelligent people are curious people. I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. They have a hard time understanding how a concept in one context could apply to another context. They base their personality on political matters. They go on about how smart they are. Repeating conspiracies they have not really researched. Because as someone that has, it's like the writer of most of them didn't think the logic of it to fill completion, so you run into a story with no purpose, ending, motive, or even plot. How a ton of them have to be believed in total isolation, but this specifically they are willing to give the benefit of the doubt, not the reasonable or rational and educated argument. Abuses animals. Whataboutism. Absolute insistence that scientists are all lying because they are in the bag of government grants while ignoring the 3 scientists who are making 3 times money shilling for corporations. Trump supporters. Trump voters. Red hat. Red Trump hat 100. When they have Trump flags on their trucks and in their front yard. They are die-hard fans of fascist politicians and also fall for simple scams. Their entire personality is based off trendy identities based off TikTok, Tumblr, or Twitter. They don't know the difference between there. When they think they have all the answers. A lack of empathy. They see the world in black and white. There is no nuance. No understanding of the other side of anything. There is only right and wrong, and conveniently they are always on the side of right. They are die-hard fans of fascist politicians and also fall for simple scams. They think Trump won in 2020. When they make a claim and you ask for sources to how they reached that conclusion, and they just keep saying look it up yourself, the information is out there. They ask you to rate their photo to see if they are cute. Saying literally anything we've all heard from flat earthers. Believing the earth is flat. Laughing or mocking people for asking dumb questions. Intellectual humility is the only way we learn. Believes in astrology. They pay for Twitter. They have a ridiculous username, like Parsnipnose 3000. People who don't get art or literature. It's just a picture statue. Reading is lame. If you go around assessing people's intelligence as if it was some video game stat, you should be your own first suspect. Can't carry a meaningful conversation. They act like they are smarter than anyone else. They really believe they are. Flat out. No matter the education they have, they know more about any subject you bring up. Thinking that they know how everything works. Typically, from my own experience, the smarter someone is, the more they admit just how little they actually know. When they resort to insults, shouting, or name-calling, instead of retorting back with a valid point. A loud exhaust. Bragging about them being smart, intelligent. I don't do hypotheticals, my work colleague. Remembering facts on a subject, understanding a subject, also my colleague. They aren't curious about things. Intelligence is a function of curiosity. Swastika tattoos on their face. Not being able to admit a mistake. They're still rocking Trump paraphernalia after all he has done. The do your research crowd, and the research is memes, TikTok videos, and mommy blogs. Use those as launching points if you want, but anyone can make those. Hate people that don't look, act, think like them, people who are cruel. Greatest telltale signs. People with low intelligence tend to show disdain towards things they don't understand, or that don't fit their worldview. They cheer for a political party like their favorite sports team. Or they are the mod of a political sub. Tries to act smart. General lack of an investigative thought. It is what it is, it's magic. They can name all the Kardashian. I feel like the biggest sign is just a general lack of critical thinking skills. Never stopping to question or even think about the things they encounter just because they're lazy. Trying to answer questions straight away if they don't know the answer. People who either take a few seconds to think or say "I'll get back to you" on that are generally more intelligent. Buying into multiple conspiracy theories. If someone doesn't understand a complex subject, they find comfort in a simplistic explanation that would involve someone else to do the complex thinking. As an added bonus, that low-intelligence person will feel even smarter than everyone else because they'll feel as if they figured it out while everyone else is still clueless. They are too prideful to admit when they are wrong and think insulting people is a solid argument to something they disagree with. Pro-disease, anti-vaxxers, canon nutjobs. They ask this question on Reddit. They talk more than they listen. By wearing a MAGA hat. Trump merchandise of any kind. They think Joe Rogan is an intellectual. They talk about how smart